we are going to see Gukesh's first game as the world champion.
Wow.
So he became the world champion just last month, and he is now listen. If you do not know, please listen. So Gukesh is playing currently the Tata Steel tournament along with a lot of players, and he played his first game there against Anish Giri. So let's see what happened. It was a complicated, tactical, chaotic game.
Sir, he luckily escaped.
Yeah, we'll see. So Gukesh played. Yeah, he's Dutch. Anish Giri replied with knight f6. Now you need to be quiet and pay attention and focus instead of talking a lot. So now g3, d5. So Gukesh is going for a King's Indian attack setup. King's Indian means on the king side you fianchetto. Yes, Gukesh is white. So now bishop g2, c5. Anish Giri is taking the center for now. Gukesh will challenge it, of course. Castles, knight c6, and it's time to challenge the sender. How would you challenge the sender?
D4.
Yeah, d4 by Gukesh. Anish Giri plays e6. Gukesh plays c4. So he's now going for full sender. It's like we call it the Tarash defense when black does this. So pawn takes pawn. Do we get back the pawn usually?
No. So in this kind of situation, it's hard.
Okay.
No, wait,
normally the bishop should be here to get it back.
Sir, I'm getting it back.
How?
Queen C2.
Huh?
Queen C2.
Better, active, more active.
Yes, sir. Queen A4.
Yeah, queen A4. So white will get back the pawn. Black can't defend it anymore. I mean, there is knight A5, but it's just for 1 move. It won't be
So
of much.
95 is the
Oh yeah, it's pinned. Sorry. So knight A5 is not there. So there's no way to defend the
So
pawn.
what about pawn takes pawn?
Yeah, then we'll take the other pawn. I will take that pawn.
We'll take this pawn and we're attacking this. And
And then we'll put the rook also.
Yeah, because black is not developed fully, it's very risky to open the sender. Rook will come to d1, king is still in the sender. So very risky. So he has to develop his pieces. Bishop d7. Gukesh takes on c5. Bishop takes back. He wanted the rook to get the open file. And now he takes the pawn on c4. And now bishop is attacked, so bishop goes back to e7. Knight comes out. And Anish Giri castles. So what is the result of this opening? Time to take stock of what has happened. Who is better according to you guys? Is white better or is it equal? Anybody? Yes, Arav?
Equal because white pieces are active, but the bishop is not developed.
Okay.
And the black pieces are not that active compared to white,
Okay.
but
okay. Okay, so it's equal. That means black has played well. If you're saying it's equal, white has lost the advantage that white should have in the opening. So I would say white is still slightly better. He goes for e4, gaining some space in the center, controlling the center. Rook c8 by Anish Giri. To avoid any attack on the queen, queen comes back to e2. Again, two harmless moves, e4 and queen e2. Now the bishop comes back to c5. So third move with the bishop. Yeah. And Gukesh plays bishop to g5. This is where all hell
So I
breaks
have a
loose.
question.
Yes.
This is bishop to g5.
Huh.
If there's queen b5 and then you take the
Bishop
b7.
goes back.
Oh.
Or queen b6. So now here, it looks like a very quiet game. Now you would expect rook d1, rook c1, h6, bishop goes back, exchange. You would expect a normal game, but here,
Sir, e5 is a threat.
e5 is a threat, but black will play h6. Right? So you have to decide, do you take or you go back to e3 or do you go to h4?
no,
Because?
the bishop
g5.
is
Trapped.
Yeah.
Trapped. You get
But
trapped.
Gukesh plays bishop h4. He's okay with the trap.
So because the king will be
Yeah, king will be open. So there are things that you have to overlook. You have to intentionally look beyond. So you might think initially you lose a bishop, it's bad. But no, after knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, you have two pawns and the attack. So it's a playable
knight takes,
position.
pawn takes,
Bishop
queen
takes.
g4.
Knight takes pawn takes, that's how you blunder. Okay. Anyway, so that's what happened. So g5 happened. And Nishgiri has to go for it. Like your opponent is waving a red flag at you. Take my piece. You will have an open king, but you will have an extra piece. So of course he has to go for this. So now g5. So position is actually better for Anish. It is not a very sound sacrifice. It's playable because you've got an attack. But black it's not worth a piece. We'll see. So takes and takes. How do you defend? What should
That was
black
2
do?
pawns for a piece.
Yeah, 2
So I
pawns for a
thought you
piece.
should have taken with the knight.
So it wasn't that much.
Then you won't even have a pin. So you'll just have a knight sitting there, queen can't come. So that would just not be enough. The whole point is to have the pin.
Sir, e5.
For black.
No, sir, for white.
It is black's turn. How will white make a move? Knight took, pawn took, bishop took. Now black has to play, no? So what should black do is my question. Let's see who is good at defending.
Rook e8.
Rook e8 is a blunder. Because of?
e5.
Yeah. Somebody
E5.
said he's itching to play pawn e5. You are allowing him. Yeah. Black has to play e5 himself. He has to spend a move to play e5. Otherwise, the problem.
So what about bishop e7?
Bishop e7 is also there. Yeah. Bishop to e7. Let's see.
No, but then you can't. But it isn't like you're kind of like
Your
blocking
knight
your own
won't
pieces.
be. Sir, e5.
No, but you're up a piece. If you defend, you're good. You're winning if you're defending properly. So, is there anything wrong with bishop e7? Let me see.
Yes, sir.
What is wrong?
There is e5.
Knight moves to e8. I mean, knight h7, let's say.
Then there is bishop h6.
Bishop h6. Rook moves and then queen g4. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. So that is. Where will the knight move after e5?
Oh,
You'll have to move somewhere and then bishop h7 attacks the rook. Rook moves and queen g4. So that is there. So it's better to play e5 and stop it, right?
So,
but sir, I'm
so
sorry.
now, can't white
Nero.
play knight to d5?
Knight to d5. Then bishop e7. I don't mind putting the bishop back.
So, but then after that, queen f3.
Queen f3, then there's no pin. I'll just move my knight.
Sir,
Oh, yeah,
queen
there
f3.
is-
Sir,
Yes,
I
sir.
take the knight.
You take which here?
No, the knight is on d5. I take the e7 bishop.
So, but then how does it matter? I mean, because if you play queen f3, the knight
Queen f3, I'll play knight takes knight.
Huh.
Sir, when it
There's no pin. So queen f3 doesn't do
Sir,
anything.
sir, knight d5. You play.
Bishop e7.
So I take the bishop.
Queen takes back.
Sir, now queen f3.
King g7. So I'll have to defend, but I'll defend. So your attack has to be in such a way that you have more pressure. If you make me defend, you attack, I defend, you attack, I defend, I may be able to defend. Because I have
Sir,
more
then
pieces.
if I play. Oh, no, I can't.
So you'll need the open file for the rook. That's one thing you.
Sir, I was thinking of playing f4, but it's pinned.
Yeah, it's pinned. So black played e5. Let me see what Gukesh played here. Gukesh played a very important move. Queen d2. Why is it a very important move? By the way, Srikanth, 7:25 if you have to leave. So queen d2 is a very important move because Arav?
So we can like go bishop to h6.
Yeah, bishop h6 and then queen g5. The queen can't come here because of knight, right? So that's why the queen needs an entry. It went to d2. After queen to d2, bishop e7 because knight d5 was coming anyway, and now bishop h6. This is where the game becomes intense. Not as intense as later, but for now it is intense. Can black move the rook?
No, sir.
Because
queen g5.
yeah, so Gukesh will get the exchange. He's down a piece, but he'll get the exchange. That means it will be a rook for 2 pieces, right? So the situation will be after
And also two.
bishop h6.
Sir, 2 pawns also go.
Yeah, king. Yeah, so it's a playable, very playable position. King h7, bishop takes rook, bishop takes back, queen takes would have been a little better maybe, and now f4. So what is the material situation? It's
One pawn.
bishop and knight for a
Yeah,
rook.
1 point.
Rook and 2 pawns.
One
Rook
pawn,
and 2 pawns,
one
yeah.
point.
So white has got 2 pawns also along with the rook for the 2 pieces, right? So that means
White
it
is
is
better.
comfortable for white. Bishop e6 though.
Safe king also.
Yeah, knight d5. It's not a free pawn, the bishop is there. So Gukesh would love to exchange of more pieces because the more it goes to the endgame, the better it is for him.
before knight d5,
Huh.
couldn't you have exchanged queens?
He could exchange queens, Then you're only helping him bring his rook to an open file. No?
Yeah, but you go closer to the end game. You can
No,
also
but-
bring rook d1.
No, sir, it would be actually good because then we get a pawn.
Where? Queen takes, rook takes.
Then we'll take the pawn.
Which pawn?
E5.
Yeah, if takes
Knight takes
e5.
back.
Then
Then-
rook
Ah,
takes
then this
knight.
is there. Yeah. So you got black cannot take back.
Yeah.
Wait. 1 second. So here instead of
That is
knight
very
d5, after queen takes, let's see.
Knight takes. Oh no.
No. Queen takes, rook takes. You're playing pawn takes pawn, right? I'll give a check. You move the king, I play knight g4. I get back the pawn, I'm coming to f2. Black is active. So why allow all that? Get your piece to a good square, make him exchange instead of you exchanging. So knight d5, Giri went knight b4, putting more pressure on the knight. Takes knight g4. 4. Rook d1. He's allowing knight takes back, but now the question is, what should black do?
See, black should.
He cannot take here, right? Because that gives white this good center.
White should defend the f6 square.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge
Yeah,
threat.
there's knight f6
Knight f6 is
check.
a huge threat, right? So rook d1 came with the big threat of knight f6. So who can find a proper way to deal with that? What should Anish Giri do right now? One of the only moves for Anish.
There are two moves, right?
What are they?
Bishop g7 and bishop e7.
What your knight is handling.
Yes.
Bishop g7,
It's a free
lot of
knight.
exchanges.
Bishop
No,
e7.
sir, it's a
Bishop
free
e7.
knight. It's a free knight.
Oh, there's a knight here. You can't move the bishop. Okay, bishop e7. Bishop e7. Yeah, it will lead to exchanges. Knight
But there's knight.
Sir,
Bishop
then
takes,
check.
pawn
Bishop
takes.
But there's still knight takes.
Bishop takes.
Then queen takes.
Yeah. So
But no, then knight takes knight.
Queen.
Queen takes queen. Rook takes bishop takes.
Yeah.
That works.
wait, what? Knight takes.
Sir, knight takes,
So
then
bishop E7.
queen takes,
Bishop
then
e7. Knight takes knight.
queen takes
back.
queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, white will be okay with that because
Bishop
it
E7
can
is
make
the
a lot
only
of exchanges. No, there is one other move that's possible. Who can find it? The move that was played.
King g7.
King?
G7.
King g7. Not g7, h8. King g7 is a little too close to action for Anish Giri's liking, but the idea is you're moving out of the fork. Yeah, out of the check. So now Gukesh also played king h1. Can he play knight takes knight?
No, knight takes knight, queen takes queen,
Rook takes, bishop takes, and the king is not safe. So bishop will come to c5 with check, king will move knight f2. So it's not safe for the king even after we reach the endgame. So that is why he did not do that. He played king h1.
Preparing for knight takes.
He's asking knight takes knight to happen. Like if black takes here, it will be a great favor for Gukesh because then he'll have a good sender and no chance. Like almost two pass points. So here, what does Anish Giri do? Anish Giri goes for rook c2. This is where the game explodes.
So what's the time?
It's 7:30 exactly. So rook c2 attacking the queen.
Bye, sir.
By Srikanth. What do you do with white? Yes, what do you do with white? Well, there's only like one or two options for the queen to move. Active squares, which are, please move that's, yeah. Which are, anyone? Any good square for the queen?
Yes, sir.
Queen f4.
Queen
Yeah,
D4.
queen f4 is a little more
Sir,
close
queen
to this
D4.
side.
It'll
Queen
protect the
D4.
pawn.
Who cares about pawn, mister? I mean, your position is exploding and you're saving a teeny weeny pawn. You have to keep your queen with as much potential. The king is not safe. So you have to have your counterplay. That's the only chance to
Bye, sir.
buy Srikanth. Knight takes knight happened. Can we play pawn takes back?
No, what else?
Can white do pawn takes back?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Because
Sir, see, pawn takes,
Huh.
bishop takes.
pawn takes, bishop takes.
Sir, the
We'll take back by the
will
bishop.
take,
You will take back the bishop, it's a
and
blunder.
then rook h2.
Rook h2, king moves, bishop c5, you're toast. So what I'm saying is, if you take the knight, I just take back, now you are attacked. You can't take. So you have to understand, if you take, rook h2 check, king moves, bishop c5.
GG's, bro. I got
GG. So that means now you are under heavy pressure from the bishop, from the knight, from the rook. How do you defend? Queen can also come in.
Rook takes d5.
Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5 is there, but wait.
No, sir. He can just take with the queen. Oh wait, no. I don't know.
Wait,
Take the
let's
queen
see.
down.
Sir, you can still take with the. No, wait.
When you're saying something, say calmly, don't shout. Okay, so here you're saying rook takes d5. So we'll go to the current position because something similar is going to happen. So let's see. In the game, let's go back. The bishop was here, pawn was here, knight was here. This was the position, right? So the knight took over here, and Gukesh did not take back. He played queen f3. Because he's saying I'll take anyway. Your piece is pinned, so I can take at my leisure time. So now Anish goes to b6. Activating the queen, allowing the piece to be taken back, and Gukesh has to take because the pin is gone. So he takes. And now rook f2. We'll get to the position similar to before. The queen goes to c3 and bishop b4. Where does the queen go? c1. Active and defense. And now bishop f5.
Full attacks.
Queen goes to g5. And now bishop went to f8. Covering that square. And queen h4 check.
Such an intense game.
Yeah, bishop h6. It's not clear who is winning. Bishop h6. Rook e1. Queen takes b2.
You take
Oh
that down.
my god.
h3.
Bye bye.
And now comes the killer move, bishop e4. Similar to the lines we had before. Earlier the bishop was here, right? And rook could take. Even here, you can't take, of course, because rook takes and checkmate. So, but rook can take, right?
Sir,
Yes.
in that movie, in the
Aditya, do not disturb when somebody is asking. You focus on your learning, not others. Yes.
When you asked when the rook was on d1
And you could take the bishop. Yeah.
that time, if the rook takes, queen takes, then if
Bishop
the
takes queen.
Bishop takes.
Rook
then-
takes h2.
yeah,
King moves.
then bishop to
c5. Rook
yeah.
blocks. Bishop takes rook.
Yeah.
Goes on. The line goes on, but maybe it is better for the person who gave up the queen. But right now, let's focus here. It's similar.
So you can't take the bishop.
Why can't we play rook takes bishop?
So then rook takes f1.
Rook takes f1. Bishop takes. Bishop can't take. So what do you do with Gukesh here? If you're white, how do you deal with this? Gukesh played
Check.
one of the only moves here.
Queen d.
So you can't play this because of this, and you can't take back because mate. So that means you're forced, right, to do something. What is it?
Check.
Exchange.
Exchange. What move? What move?
Rook takes f2.
Yeah, that's the only move to play.
So can't we take with the bishop? The
If
bishop.
you play bishop takes and rook check.
So then we'll.
I mean, if you play bishop takes and rook takes rook, take back, checkmate.
Yeah.
Queen will come in. So that was there before. So rook takes rook is the only move. So rook takes rook, knight takes back, the king moves to g1, and this is where there was a very tough way for Anish to win this.
So
The
what
position is
So
yeah.
since that bishop takes bishop and king takes, can't you play
Well-
knight d3?
Which line are you talking about?
Sir,
Right now.
huh?
Right now it is whose move?
Black.
King has moved, black's move. So you're saying bishop takes bishop, king takes back,
And then
and knight d3.
Sir, but before taking the bishop.
This is hanging, na?
Yes, sir.
You cannot just go in a straight line. Your opponent will not dance to your tunes. So bishop takes bishop. I'll just take the bishop there.
Sir, we have to play queen d2.
Queen d2 for white, for black. Sorry. Queen d2, defending that. But then
Your
let's
bishop.
see.
Your
No bishop. Yeah, bishop takes bishop.
knight takes.
Knight takes back.
Sir, but
I'll take no.
sir,
You lose no.
queen to d2.
Defending the bishop.
Then
What will black?
we
What will
can't-
white do? Why can't we play bishop take bishop? Why not?
The rook will go.
Rook will go?
The rook is hanging.
Oh yeah, rook is hanging. Okay. So then we can play rook takes bishop.
Knight.
Knight takes and queen takes.
Then it's equal and white has two.
White has 2
pass
pawns
pawn.
extra. One pass pawn, but 2 pawns extra. So that's possible with queen d2. But the winning move that Anish had here was a tough one. Can you find out the winning move for black? You can take 3 minutes to think. A very tough winning move which Anish missed. Black to play. Anybody?
I think
So,
I
madam,
can try.
hint but not correct.
You need to have more time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can take a little more time to think.
First, I want knight h3.
That you have to tell everybody, is it? So what are you think? You think no, don't tell him. If you're ready, then tell. Are you ready with your move? Then what? Okay, anybody decided?
So, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Okay, alright.
Sir, I found it.
1 second, let him have some seconds. Try to calculate more. If you have seen something, calculate deeper.
Sir, I'll calculate.
1 second.
Sir, I will have.
Okay, how many of you decided? 3 people. Let's start with Kavish.
Sir, knight g4.
Arav
Sir, knight h3.
and Aditya.
Knight h3.
Okay, so those are saying knight h3. I take with the queen. What's your plan?
Sir, queen b6.
Queen b6. I move my king.
Sir, then I come to. Sir, I come.
That's why I said calculate deeper. I don't know what you blundered. You didn't calculate queen takes back? What happened?
Sir, no, I did.
If you did calculate, then you have to go deeper because you're giving up a piece where you're already kind of down material. You're giving up a full knight and you only got 3 pieces left. One of them is hanging, one of them is in the exchange. So what will you do? This is also hanging. You're making everything hanging except for the queen and you're giving up the knight. So that's a very serious move. You have to think properly before you do that. So now Kavish said knight to g4. After knight g4, what is Kavish threatening, guys?
Queen f2.
No.
Queen takes g2.
Queen takes g2, checkmate is a threat. So what if I play bishop takes bishop then?
Then queen to h2.
Queen h2, queen f2 and then queen h2 or queen h2 and then queen f2, checkmate. What if after knight g4, rook takes bishop? Didn't calculate that, no?
Yeah.
That's a problem. If you want to become a full player, na, you have to be ready to calculate
Yes, sir. After
properly.
rook takes.
Sir, after rook takes.
Sir, after rook takes. Sir, after rook takes, queen f2. F2, then.
I move the king. You want the knight to go on top of the queen, is it? What then?
Queen h1, no.
Huh? How will queen go to h1? King h1?
Same thing. Then you will play. Oh wait, rook is blocking that.
Anybody else? Who can find out what happens? Knight g4 is correct, but you have to calculate this rook take bishop before playing knight g4. You can't afford to make mistakes like this.
So then,
Sir, maybe.
No maybes. Be sure. You're giving up a piece.
so then bishop e3 check.
Bishop e3 check.
So queen
Can't take
c1.
it, no,
It's pinned.
It's pinned. You can't even move the bishop.
So queen c1.
Queen c1, I move my bishop back to f1. You don't even have a check. I mean, you have this check, but king will move. Yes, Nirav.
After that, can you play? We can play queen b1.
Queen b1, I come with the bishop to f1.
So then we take the rook.
Take what? Oh.
The rook.
Then I take the bishop. Oh, then I take the knight, and the bishop is also hanging. Oh, that's a good line. So you're saying after rook take bishop, queen b1, the bishop is defending. You can't take the rook first of all. That
No,
is-
sir, he's asking after you play bishop f1.
Oh yeah. So queen b1, bishop f1,
Yeah.
and now taking the rook. Then I suppose this is winning.
Yes, sir.
For white.
Even if I don't get the piece, it's still
Wait,
2 pawns up for
So
me.
it's winning for white.
Yeah, it's winning for white. So black can't do that. So let's go back here. Queen is here.
So he just
Rook is here. Rook is here.
So
Bishop is here. This is the position.
so rook takes e4.
Yeah, rook takes e4.
Queen c1.
Queen c1, I come with the bishop.
Then queen c5.
Queen c5, I move the king to g2.
Then you take you play queen f2 check.
Okay, so when you play queen c5, I'll go to h1. Oh, I can't go.
So
Yeah.
then,
So rook
knight
takes
F-
bishop. Rook takes bishop. Queen c1. Bishop f1. Queen c5, right? Let's see. What's the best option here? King g2 allows queen f2. So I'll go to h1.
So then knight f1.
So then
Knight f2. What's knight f2? I move the king.
So then I take the rook.
I take the bishop. Who's winning?
That's a check, sir. After you take the rook, discovered attack.
I'm moving the king here now. Why would I go into the mouth of the queen, mister? So knight f2, king moves, knight takes, I take. That's still winning for white. So let's go back. Let me show you the beautiful move that's being missed. I wouldn't blame you for missing it. It's a very tough one. So if that is tough, knight g4 is very tough. But this is actually easy for a grandmaster. What you're about to see. Knight g4, rook takes bishop. The killer move is queen b6 check. You're so close, is it, to finding it? Yeah. So the point is, if the king goes here, now you come back down. Now there's no bishop f1. And if you directly come here, it's mate. So this is easy to see for a grandmaster, right? So why did Anish miss it?
Because
Knight.
you didn't see knight g4.
Knight.
Why would he not consider? That would be the first thing he would have considered.
Time,
Moving the knight.
time.
No. Time. Both of them had less time. No. The reason why Anish didn't see it is because this is not so easy. It's not just queen b6. After knight to g4, if Gukesh is calculating rook take bishop, queen b6, Gukesh will not play rook take bishop. What will Gukesh play?
We'll take the knight.
No, he'll play queen check. And then he will take the bishop. What's the difference?
Now no queen.
There's
b6.
no queen b6. So this is why Anish didn't see the win. Here it's very difficult to find the win. Where is the win?
Queen
Queen f2, king h1.
No.
Where's the win here?
Sir?
Yes, Neerav.
Wait, no.
Decide properly before you make
Sir, now we b1. Oh,
queen
no.
b1.
Queen c1.
Okay, queen c1. I block with the bishop.
Then queen c5.
So you can move the bishop.
Queen
to
c5. I go to g2.
So you can move the bishop to e3.
How
So
can-
the bishop's on.
Then
You can use
queen
the
f-
bishop
Then we
also
go
for
to-
the
One second,
Queen
Kavish.
f2
You can also use the bishops for the move.
So king h1, not king g2, king h1.
So queen
Kavish was saying,
You can use the bishops for giving checks to the king.
since it's on.
Like where? Which position?
Like,
Right now.
For example, I'll give a check on B1.
B1, okay. I
Bishop
move
block.
bishop blocks.
I'll move the bishop to E3.
Bishop to E3.
Sir,
Let's
Oh,
see.
you move to G.
Sir, you can just
sir, you
take-
could have just taken the rook.
Take the rook.
Sir, queen takes rook.
Oh, okay. One second. So instead of bishop E3, take the rook. Then again, it's better for when I take the knight. I'm up by
Then we
one
take the
pawn.
pawn.
Oh, but I've got the pass pawn. If that is not better for me.
We'll
It's
play-
not winning for black in any way. Maximum will be an equal position. Can't be winning for black, no?
Sir, it
So
will.
after taking this rook, you're winning.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, wait, the knight's gone.
Then listen properly.
Sir.
Of course, the knight is gone. Okay,
Sir,
let's
so
go back.
which
So let's
position
go
was
to
it?
this position. This position, after queen d8, king moves, and then rook takes, the winning plan for black is queen c1. You knew.
Sir, I wanted to tell that.
Okay, fine. Queen c1, bishop blocks, then what?
So then bishop e3.
Bishop e3, I move the king to g2.
So then queen to d2.
Queen to d2, I move the king to f3.
So then queen to f2.
2. Okay, that's correct. That's kind of close. So after queen c1, bishop blocks. Now bishop e3. If rook takes, queen anyway takes, and checkmate is going to happen. So wherever the king moves, the queen will come in. King here, you were saying queen f2, na?
Yeah.
But queen f2, king takes knight.
Ayo.
So
Yeah.
again,
So then queen to d1.
queen to d1.
Yeah.
Queen to d1, I go back to g2.
Sir, how will you go to d1? Sir, it's on f2.
Yes,
No,
sir.
no, he's saying now. Instead of f2, he's saying queen d1 now. So what to do? So even there you're facing problem.
So knight is 2.
Yeah, knight is to checkmate. So this has to be calculated before doing, knight g4. And he had less time. So that's why it didn't happen. So instead of knight g4, let's go back. Queen was here, bishop was here, king was here, rook is here, queen here, this bishop here, king here, and black is here. This was the position, right?
So what did Ali play?
No, one second. Let me make sure this is the position. Yeah, this was the position. So instead of knight g4, Anishgiri played queen d6, threatening to move the knight. But he had missed something very simple, which Gukesh played instantly. Can you find the move that stopped the game, like finished off the game? No
Queen
chance.
takes knight.
Huh?
Queen takes it.
Yeah, blunder your queen, and that's how you're going to stop the game. Very nice. You will stop the game, but you will be the one losing. That's all. So try to find the killer move that stops everything from the black side. The attack is over and white has got a pass pawn after that. Who can find the closing move?
Queen f6.
Exactly. Well done, Aditya. Queen f6. That's the simple move Anishgiri missed. He did not consider that this will happen. And after queen takes, pawn takes, the game went on for a little bit, but because of the pass pawn, it became easily winning for Gukesh. So basically the bishop took the bishop, king took back, then the knight went away and the pawn started pushing and the rook came to help, and that's how Gukesh won his first game as the world champion. Now we'll